Welcome back to my channel, guys. I know I had said I was going to focus this channel on the process of building a new YouTube channel, but without an audience, that makes no sense. So I'm letting you know in advance that I have something else to talk about today because, hello, this is a talk channel. It is called Let's Talk Today, and let's talk today about the crisis in a country named Nigeria, which is my motherland. So, I'm going to switch it up a bit. I may even switch up accents. All right. The whole idea behind this channel at this particular time is to discover what this channel is going to be focusing on, and discover who my audience is. And because of that, I have to talk about topics that make sense at the moment before I can really zero in on a niche depending on what my audience wants. So Nigeria. Now, wow, oh, Nigeria is on the brink, guys. Is this about government reforms or economic ruin? Nigeria is boiling over. Citizens are taking to the streets in a desperate cry against government that has pushed them to the brink. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's so-called reforms have plunged the nation into chaos, driving up the cost of living, devaluing the naira, and stoking the flames of discontent. Now, the question we must ask ourselves, are these reforms truly necessary, or is this the death knell of Nigeria's economy? Now, Tinubu's administration has unleashed a storm with its aggressive policies, the removal of fuel subsidies, the devaluation of the naira, the hiking of electricity tariffs. All these have caused inflation to skyrocket past 34%. Who does that? This is astronomical. Nigerians are struggling to survive with their incomes eroded and their savings diminished. This is not just an economic crisis, it's a humanitarian one. The government's response to the protest that started today has been predictably heavy handed. What else is new? In Lagos, Abuja, and Kano, security forces are cracking down using tear gas, and setting up checkpoints. Now, the ghost of 2020 NSAS protests haunts the nation as people fear a repeat of the violence that saw lives lost and properties destroyed back then. Are these actions of a government that cares about its people or one that fears them? Let me know in the comment section below. I mean, activists and ordinary citizens alike are united under the banner "End Bad Governance in Nigeria." They demand the reinstatement of fuel and electricity subsidies, free primary and secondary education, and an end to the rampant insecurities that plagues the nation. But what has been the government's response? The government's response has been tepid at best. George Akume, a senior government official, speaks of preferring dialogue while the administration simultaneously threatens and cajoles protesters to stay home. Isn't this hypocrisy? Yes, it's hypocrisy at its finest. The situation is dire. Oh. Nigerians are stockpiling essentials, bracing for the worst as the protests unfold. Businesses in Kano are reinforcing windows, and market vendors in Lagos are living in fear of what the night might bring. Is this the stability and progress Tinubu promised? The protests have drawn significant inspiration from Kenya. Okay, yes, it's true. They did their own. Say Nigeria no they carry last. In Kenya, recent demonstrations forced President William Ruto to repeal planned tax hikes. The Kenyan protests were a vivid display of people power and showing that sustained and organized public outcry can compel the government to back down. This has not gone unnoticed in Nigeria. The parallels are clear. Both nations suffer from economic policies that have made daily life untenable for the average citizen. Both have leaders who seem out of touch with the struggles of their people. And in both cases, the people have risen to demand change. But Nigeria no be Kenya. The stakes are higher. This discontent is deeper. And the potential for violence is greater. The government's approach of mixing threats with free dialogue is a recipe for disaster. Now, let's be clear. These protests are not just about economic policies, they are a referendum on Tinubu's leadership and the direction he's taking the country. Omolala Pedro, one of the protest organizers, has made it clear that Nigerians are fed up with human rights abuses and economic instability. They have presented a list of 19 demands, with the removal of the state subsidy on petroleum products at the top. These demands are not unreasonable. They are cries of a nation in pain. Nigeria stands at the crossroads. Now, will the government heed the voices of the people, or will it continue down the path of destruction? The world is watching, and history will judge the actions taken in these critical days. Tinubu must decide whether he is a leader who listens or one who rules through fear and force. For the sake of Nigeria's future, let's hope he chooses wisely. Because if these protests have shown us anything, it's that Nigerians will not be silenced, though. Inspired by the successes of their Kenyan counterparts, they are ready to fight for a better Niger. And the fight for a better Niger has only just begun. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more.